Hello everyone and welcome to my channel. It has been a while since I've checked out Xplane 12 and oh my, it has gotten way ahead of when I last checked it out. So today's video is going to be about comparing the atmospherics and hello guys, editor version of me here. If you guys like these kind of videos, please make sure you leave a like on the channel, subscribe to the channel, it's totally free, and if you don't like the content later you can always unsubscribe. It really helps the channel grow, and I appreciate you more than you think for those little clicks and subscriptions. So thanks a lot for supporting the channel. And clouds, of Xplane 12 and MSFS 2024. Now, remember, this is not a comparison of the whole sim. If you're not comparing the sim as a whole, because then there's a lot of other points that need to be talked about. But then we are only caring here about how the clouds feel and look, and also how the atmospheric effects are, like for example the haze that we get on the ground once you reach some altitude, basically scattering and stuff like that. That's what we're going to be comparing. So right off the bat, when I spawned into Xplane, this is everything default, by the way. The only thing that I am running on Xplane right now is this Xplane map enhancement. Clouds, there's no visual XP going on, everything is default, and I am honestly blown away by how the atmospherics look like. And obviously we'll do this comparison with MSFS 2024 video, but I wanted to solely show you guys how Xplane 12 looks like here. 120 FPS, no issues with performance really. Get pretty much the same performance on both Xplane and on MSFS 2024. But overall, I really like Xplane clouds more. I'll also leave a video of actually flying through the clouds. I think that's a very important thing to note about Xplane 12 clouds, is when you fly through these clouds, it actually feels real. And I have flown through clouds in real life, and I can say that this cloud density that Xplane 12 has is just amazing. I can't say the same thing about MSFS 2024. Now, even the scattering part, right? It looks so real. It looks so real in this. While on MSFS 2024, we have to get Rex Atmos and tinker around with it, play around with it, and still you might not be able to tune it right for each and every time. But on Xplane, just out of the box, it looks amazing. There are some artifacts going on right now with the clouds, it seems, but I wonder if that's something to do with that's something to do with the cirrus cloud. So as I pass through the cirrus clouds here, it's like a very thin layer of clouds. I think it's causing some graphical artifacts. So yeah, that's Xplane 12 clouds for you, and Xplane 12 scattering for you. It looks amazing. Now I'm going to switch to MSFS 2024. Same time, same weather, same everything, and we'll check out how it looks like with Rex Atmos, because I don't want to do actually, let's check it out without Atmos, and then we'll check it out with Atmos. Now, one thing I will say about Xplane 12 is that sometimes in real weather it's not the most accurate. I've done that testing. I took a real world photo of how the sky looked like at my location, and then I spawned into both the sims, MSFS and Xplane 12, and I'll leave that video in the background so that you can judge for yourself. But it was very obvious that Xplane 12 didn't do very well at mimicking the real weather. And MSFS was way more accurate at that, and the scene just looked very convincing overall. The other thing I'll say about Xplane 12 clouds is that sometimes you will see these really blocky clouds. You might have seen it in the background video that was running on the live weather comparison. It looks really weird. Sometimes it just creates these blocky clouds, which I've almost never seen it happen on MSFS 2024. But again, remember that this is public beta 4 of Xplane 12 point, I believe, I forget what the version is, but anyway, it's a public beta, so it's not like it's a release version of Xplane. Maybe they'll fix all of these artifact issues that are going on that I'm seeing right now. But anyway, you can see that the clouds look amazing, very realistic. The scene looks way more convincing overall than what I've seen in MSFS 2024. I think enough of rambling on the Xplane 12 footage. I'm going to switch to the MSFS footage now. Same weather, and we'll check out and I'll kind of note the differences there. Okay, so we are at the same place, same time, pretty much the same weather. I did not want to compare live weather at this location because I've already shown you a different live weather comparison. This is MSFS 2024, by the way. As you can see, the clouds are, I wouldn't say they're bad, but I just feel like the clouds are way too overexposed and kind of don't have a structure at all. It just mostly is overexposed. Like, if you see further down, you will also see that the clouds lose structure more and more. So if I zoom in here, you'll see that the clouds pretty much just look like potato. You know, it's not a good structure at all. By the way, this is broken weather, I believe. And also, I was talking about those artifacts that show up. It looks like they show up even for MSFS clouds, and I think it has something to do with the frame gen, or I'm not sure, but this video is not about that. Now anyway, the other part, right, about the clouds, it's a very simple comment from me. MSFS clouds just lack structure, and they also lack resolution as you start looking further and further down. Now, in some conditions, obviously these clouds would look amazing and you would not have any complaints. But as long as the MSFS the Xplane clouds don't glitch out, personally I prefer that look way more than the clouds. I mean, for the clouds, I prefer those clouds way more than the MSFS 2024 clouds. Now, the other part that I was commenting on, by the way, this is without Rex Atmos, pure vanilla MSFS. So other thing that I was going to comment on is the scattering. Now, as far as I remember, when I was flying, you cannot see the ground this far out. Okay, so I feel like Xplane nails the scattering way better than MSFS does. Obviously, MSFS has improved. If you remember, from 2020, I believe, even initial 2024 phase where you could pretty much see up to the horizon. Well, now you cannot. So they have gotten better at scattering, but I'll say that the scene looks more convincing on Xplane 12 minus the ground. Obviously, when it comes to the ground textures and, you know, imagery, photogrammetry and stuff like that, there is no comparison with MSFS 2024. So, but if you ignore that, flying is more about how the sky looks like, how the clouds feel, and how, you know, overall convincing the weather is, right? And in that department, I feel like Xplane 12 has overtaken MSFS 2020. Let me know what you think from this comparison that I showed, and obviously at the end of the video, I'll leave a video of Cessna 172 actually flying through a cloud in both the sims, and you will just see how immersive flying through clouds really is in Xplane 12, because that's one of the last things to compare about clouds is how they actually feel when you fly through them. Okay, so I'll leave that video at the end side by side so that you can look at it together. Now the next thing I want to do is I want to open up Rex Atmos Core and see how the overall picture changes with Rex Atmos Core. Now, note that this is not a one-to-one comparison because Xplane 12 doesn't need Atmos or similar add-ons, Visual XP or anything at all anymore, while MSFS, now you're adding at whatever, like $20 or something, add on to it, and then you're comparing. So it's not an apples to apples comparison, but still. Okay, so that's with Atmos on. So you can see clearly that the scattering gets much better with Atmos. And if I compare the overall scene minus the clouds, MSFS 2024 completely blows Xplane 12 out of the water when it comes to ground textures and scattering with Rex Atmos. Another thing is you can also control the scattering, so that's the plus point here. But if you still start looking above the ground and above where the scattering is happening and look at the clouds, I feel like the clouds are just underwhelming in MSFS compared to Xplane 12. Alright, so I'll switch to the side-by-side video of me flying through a cloud on both the sims, and you guys can judge for yourself which one looks better, which one feels better. But I just wanted to do a quick comparison of clouds. Obviously the next video will come in where I compare the ground textures and airplane, how the airplanes feel and stuff like that. So yeah, follow along, make sure you like the video, subscribe to the channel. I'm not sure what YouTube has done to my reach, but I've been getting completely obliterated in terms of YouTube showing my videos. So if you're watching this, please make sure you leave a like, please subscribe to the channel, it helps a lot. I don't earn anything from this channel, so the only motivation I get is your guys' responses, likes and subscriptions. So I would highly appreciate that. I will see you guys on the next video. Enjoy the side-by-side comparison here.